This is First Alert Weather.
All right, we had temperatures early this morning in the low to mid 70s for most areas. I think tonight, as we usher in some lower humidity values, will be more in the 60s, although some upper 50s are possible. We may get a few leftover storms shortly after sunset, but for most of tonight, it will be dry and mostly clear. We'll talk about that storm chance here coming up in a little bit. 87 right now in Topeka with temperatures in the 80s and even low 90s at this hour, with low 90s in Manhattan and Lawrence, as well as Abilene, and running about 5 to 10 degrees warmer for most areas compared to what we had yesterday at this hour. Winds are out of the south at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and high temperatures today more in the mid 90s, so even a little bit hotter than what it's been so far this week. Very similar conditions, temperature wise I should say, for tomorrow, but different conditions, and that's going to be because we'll have lower humidity tomorrow. Right now we have dew point close to 70 for many spots, so it is a very humid day today, and we'll continue with the humid conditions for today. May come down a little bit tonight into tomorrow morning as it gets closer to 60 for the dew point by this time tomorrow, and then you'll notice how it does increase by the afternoon into Friday night. There's still some minor uncertainty on how much it comes down with the humidity and how quickly it comes back up, so just be aware of that. But I do expect the humidity to stick around at least on Saturday, and then it comes down during the day Sunday into Monday as we usher in some drier air. We're also keeping an eye on a risk for storms later on today. The storms that we had early this morning pushing off to the east. We did have a little bit of locally heavy rainfall, especially for northern Shawnee County up towards Oskaloosa. Many areas getting about a ½ inch to an inch in that region, and certainly looking at some rain in those areas, much needed rain across the area. We will be keeping an eye on areas along and east of Highway 75 anytime after 4 o'clock. Fair game for storms to develop, but you'll notice how it does quickly push to the east of the viewing area as we get closer to about 7, 8 o'clock. So it is a very short window of time that if storms do develop in our area, mainly in our eastern communities, they could be severe. So there is a slight risk of severe weather. Conditional risk, mainly between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Right now, it looks like all hazards are still possible, but wind is going to be the primary concern. 60, maybe 70 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail possible. Can't rule out a brief tornado, but that chance is very, very low. Otherwise, obviously, lightning would be another hazard to be mindful of if you are going to be outside. A very low risk that storms could redevelop by tomorrow evening, so keep that in mind for your Friday night plans. Otherwise, you'll notice that as you go through the day Saturday, there's going to be a lot of dry time, but the rain chance does exist at least somewhere for most of the day on Saturday, and then the chance really becomes more widespread Saturday night into at least Sunday morning, and we'll certainly be fine-tuning how much rain will linger into Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. But right now, it still looks like north of I-70 will get the high rainfall totals across northeast Kansas, with the bulk of the rain falling over the weekend. Temperatures cooling down in the 80s Saturday, 70s, maybe even some 60s in some spots Sunday and or Monday, and then back in the 70s with mainly dry conditions Tuesday through Thursday.